Mama Joanna, and today I would like to teach you how to make my homemade banana bread. My kids love banana bread, and so I make a very large recipe. It's great, it stores really well, and I can give it to friends. So I have 6 very ripe bananas. If your bananas are black, that is fine. Now I use this tool to mash the bananas and make them nice and smooth. Okay, so there we go. Done. So I have 6 bananas. I'm going to add 6 cups of all-purpose flour to my sifter, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of sea salt. And then I sift. So now I'm going to take my bananas and my other ingredients over to the KitchenAid. And basically what I do is I combine the wet ingredients first. So I have my 6 mashed bananas, 2 cups of canola or vegetable oil, a cup and a half of sour cream, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and 6 eggs. Once the eggs are combined, I'm going to add a cup and a half of white sugar and 2 cups of dark brown sugar. Okay, so now we have our wet ingredients in here, and I'm going to add my dry ingredients. Get it mixed in, and then add the rest. So now I'm going to scrape down the side of the bowl, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of walnuts and 2 to 3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Both of those ingredients are optional. You can use only nuts, you can use only chocolate chips. Notice that it's not really precise measuring it. They're optional ingredients. You can have as many or as few as you like. Okay, now my batter's done, and I want to show you just really quick how to prepare the pan. This recipe that I showed you will make 3 of these bundt pans and 1 tube pan, because that's what I have, or 5 of these bundt pans. You do not want to fill them too full. You only want to fill them about up to here. I use a little bit of Pam, and I give it a quick dusting, and then just a little bit of my flour. Like that. And then I just use the leftover flour in the next pan. I'm just giving it a mix by hand. What I do is I don't fill any one up all the way. Do a little bit in each. You have banana bread. I've got food for you. But let's get this in the oven first. So you see how perfectly that worked out? And you see how there's nothing stuck at the bottom of the bowl because we kept mixing it in between? That's really important. So now the only thing that I do is I just make sure that there's no big spills like this one here. Just kind of poke it down, because that'll get all brown and burned. Because I'm doing 4 in the oven at the same time, I'm going to bake it at a 350 oven. If you only do 2, bring your oven temperature down to 325. I'm going to put these with the cookie sheet on the middle rack. And the other 2, on the top rack. And this is going to take about 50 minutes. And so after 30 minutes, I'm going to move everything around in the oven because I want to make sure it cooks really evenly, because when I cook all 4 in one oven, it kind of creates shadows, so it slows my cooking down. Now, the reason I'm not telling you how long it's going to take is because it depends how many are in the oven. So we're going to insert a knife into it, and I'm going to let you know how long these 4 took to be done perfectly. So check back. Okay, so we're on 30 minutes, and just so you can see, they're starting to rise. I have to be really careful so that they don't fall. And I'm just kind of rotating these racks around. And I'm going to do the same with this. Just moving them around so that they don't cook unevenly. There we go. And it's really liquidy in the center, so I'm going to put it in for another 30 minutes and then we will check back. Okay, so it's been 50 minutes and the bundt cake is done. It's nice and brown on top, golden brown, and when I insert a knife into it, it came out clean. So now all I do is I loosen it around the edges. It's typical that the bundt cake would be done sooner because this in the center makes it cook quicker. All right, so it's been an hour, and that's just a little bit of the chocolate chip. This one is done. See how nice it looks?
Because
we're gonna leave it on the counter for a few minutes, and I'm just taking the ones that are on the bottom rack and moving them up because they're not golden brown enough yet. So I'm gonna set that timer for 5 minutes. Here we go. She can pretend. She can pretend. And I'm going to leave it on the granite countertop for about 5 minutes. So check back with me in 5 minutes and we'll flip it out. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. I loosened the edges and I want to try to flip this out. Jay, hand me that spoon. Thanks.
Can I have a straw, please? You need to put the camera to me.
Hit it at the bottom. It's hard to
Mike, would you move the camera to me?
So there we go. It stuck a teeny tiny bit. So probably my lesson for the next time is going to be to double flour the bottom of the pan. But
Give me straw.
watch me fix this. There. And
flip it again.
and you won't even notice the difference. See? It looks perfect.
I want a piece.
Okay, so I took these out of the oven. They look absolutely beautiful. And I am loosening the edges with a knife. You'll see one that we took out of the oven. And we'll cut it. JJ, get a plate. No lemon on it, Layla, please.
Fine. I'll put a lemon in my face.
There. Look how beautiful it is. Still very hot. It gets a lot more solid when it's not quite so hot. But it certainly is delicious.
It's good to put in the fridge too.
Yeah, it's more solid by the next day. Yeah. See how you like it.
Let's go.
That's some good banana bread. So enjoy. I hope you like making it at home.
JD Douglas.
Can I have a straw?
Go get her a straw, please, so she shuts up.
JD Douglas.